For decades, people around the world have displayed a range of special powers and abilities. These powered beings came together and built superpowered cities to thrive in. My name is Angus, and I'm a journalist for the Daily Deposit. My partner Sal and I interview the citizens of Super City, investigating incidents and exploits, and helping where we can, holding the powerful accountable. Because heroes don't do paperwork.
Okay. I think we're good. I think we should be recording now. I think I got all the internal mechanisms kind of, dried up a bit. All that water really got in there.
Yeah, it was a smart idea having you lie down in a bowl of rice for a week.
Yeah, I appreciate you kind of getting everything for me while I was in the bathtub full of rice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really did help. So I appreciate it.
Now that you're out of the bathtub of rice,
yeah,
I just want to say that you're a little needy.
I'm a little needy.
You're a little. I'm sorry. I know this sounds like a pretty big criticism. I don't want it to come across that way.
No, please lay it on me, man. We're honest with each other.
Look, if you needed help with getting a meal together or getting a drink or there's something, I had no problem helping you, but you called me in to itch your nose at one point.
Well, yeah, I figured I've got all these excess ports on me now. I didn't want to lift any part of me up out of the rice. I thought that would maybe be too much exertion. I shouldn't be exerting myself right now. But I appreciate that. We got that sorted out. It's
I suppose. The other part is, and maybe I'm just thinking too much about it. Mm-hmm. It just seemed like there were an awful lot of times where you were in the middle of getting back into the tub of rice, like you had left, like? and then you were getting back in. So it seemed like you were capable of getting out.
Hello, super citizens, and welcome to Heroes Don't Do Paperwork, the only podcast about events both big and small in Super City. I'm Angus, joined by my co-host Sal.
Hello.
And we're reporters in Super City. We work at the Daily Deposit, and we report on all sorts of things.
Like events both big and small within Super City.
Yeah, exactly.
You've said it for 3 years and you drop it now.
I know. Well, no, I think I said it before. I
hold on. Run it back.
Hello, super citizens, and welcome to Heroes Don't Do Paperwork, the only podcast about events both big and small in Super City.
Oh, you did say it. Okay.
Yeah, I did. See, I did. Okay. I'm one of your hosts. Okay.
It's superimposed on dope.
Okay, I'm glad I get this. For listeners, I went to the Radio Shack, which isn't what you think. It's not a store. It is a shack where we find discarded radio equipment. And I found a little speaker that kind of plugged in. It interfaced well with some of my ports, so I picked that up and I've been using that to kind of do some live playback. It's been a little bit easier to edit the show and kind of do some stuff. So look for us to abuse that in the future.
And for the listeners here who are as surprised as I was about that bombshell, it was unnerving to watch Angus integrate himself with a speaker. Like,
you think so?
His chest cavity opened up and meaty tendrils lashed out and wrapped around it, and then pulled it into himself.
Yeah, it's getting a lot harder as my power has kind of progressed in recent months. It was really hard to distinguish myself from the machine now at this point, from the podcasting gear. I really have kind of fused with it in a horrifying marriage of bone and microphone mostly.
But you can't deny that it's a pretty sweet aesthetic. I gotta say, your whole cool body horror core thing you got going on there.
And I won't lie, the trail of 8 XLR cables, the trail of XLR cables kind of hanging out of my back does look pretty cool. I've had to cut a lot of holes in a lot of my shirts, but it's pretty cool.
It's almost like a cape.
Oh, really? Interesting. You thought so? Kind of like interesting. Oh, it's funny you say that. Anyway, no. Sal, maybe before we get to get into the thick of it, is there anything you're working on lately?
Well, actually,
for the paper?
I suppose I should let the listeners know. I mean, they probably read about it. Everyone's reading about it.
Oh yeah. Sales are up.
The last paper. Yeah, last page of the very last part of the newspaper.
Yep.
Every week for the
small font.
Small font underneath the epitaphs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is is my article about this new mysterious vigilante that is protecting the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really been, beefed up by these amazing photos that Angus has been able to capture.
That's great. I'm glad.
And I really do want to compliment you on the quality of these photos. I can tell you are right there.
Yeah.
At capturing these, and they're great. But I'm a little concerned.
Oh,
I'm a little concerned.
What?
It's just you've been coming in beaten up a bit. You're looking a little bruised, a little roughed up. I'm just worried that you might be putting yourself a little too close to your subject matter here.
Look, the vigilante in question,
Humpty Dumpty, yes.
Okay, well, I did want to actually talk to you about that. He's a busy guy. He sometimes tosses a bad guy over. He tosses a bad guy to the side, and I get hit with some debris or something like that. It's all part of the job. We're frontline. We're in there. We're getting the news for people. I think it's an acceptable risk. Now, Sal, I ran the Humpty Dumpty name by him, and in particular, he didn't say anything at first. He kind of just went like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, like he was happy with it.
No, I think if it goes up like that at the end, it's like, "Oh, okay." I think that's maybe a bit of trepidation, and I don't know if he's mentioned it, but he has started patrolling the streets and less the rooftops because I think he wants to distance himself from the imagery of rotund on top of a wall and stuff like that. He's added kind of a cool cape to his look.
Oh, interesting.
Pretty plain mask, but he's got a bit of a cape going on. It's this brilliant burgundy. I don't know where he picked that up, but it's
almost like the color of like blood on khaki.
Oh, interesting. You know what? I guess now that you say, yeah, I guess kind of like that. Now that I think about it, yeah, yeah.
Seems like he's taking a lot of cues from your own book here.
Look, he and I have chatted a lot, so he'll ask me ideas. Like he asked me what my favorite color was the other day, and I just kind of offhandedly mentioned burgundy, and then I think he connected the dots. You know what I mean? So I'm there, I'm helping him out, I'm kind of giving him input on his whole kind of aesthetic. And I'm kind of like an advisor. I'm like a go-between, because he can't go through the legal channels. Already, Super City's just so. How would you say corrupt on belief? Yeah. So he's kind of got to do his own thing. So he's reticent to kind of reach out to officials. But I've kind of brokered that peace with him. I've chatted with him a bit. A little bit. I'm hoping to put him on tape at some point. Record him with some of my equipment.
It'd be really great if you could get me some FaceTime with him, because
we can maybe do that.
Yeah. Because as I'm writing about him, and it would be really great if I could have that kind of relationship.
yeah, I know. I told him about you, and he thinks you're really cool. He just doesn't want to rush into anything. You got to respect that. Sal, you're not one to, jump headfirst into a lifestyle without thinking about it.
Yes.
How is the Road Warrior aesthetic going, by the way?
It's going well.
I feel like you've added a bit to it,
Oh, you're talking about my body armor.
Yes, I am talking about your body armor. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. At the moment, they are just used rollerblade equipment from the secondhand store.
Still looks good.
Yeah. And over the weekend, I'm going to spray paint it to look like metal.
Okay. Yeah. I get that.
And yeah, there's actually you won't believe it. There's actually like a local Road Warrior chapter.
No
in
way.
Super City. Yeah, and I'm gonna go try out.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I look forward to hear further development about that.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know like what they might ask you to like what you might have to do initiation wise, or you haven't really heard much about it yet?
It's so the one thing I do know is that they like to have like a person for each sort of niche of the Road Warrior lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then they tailor your audition to make sure you would fit that niche. So to that end, I don't know what necessarily I would have to do.
Yeah.
But I did a little research, and their Road Warrior that's like in charge of breaking legs, right? He just had to break like 13 legs.
Wow.
That was his thing.
On like one person kind of thing, or across multiple?
And that was the tricky part, was finding a 13-legged person.
13-legged person, yeah.
But he did it because he's in the group.
He's in the group. Wow. Well, I really look forward to hearing that and like the unique perspective that you'll get from.
I'm worried about falling in with a rough crowd like that. I'm hoping that I can maybe be like a weekend road warrior.
Yeah. Yes.
Like part-time member.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got plans for that. Like how you pay
journalist in the front, road warrior in the back. If you know what
That's
I mean.
certainly what your haircut says. Your haircut screams that. I would say. I would say male pattern baldness up top. Really tall mohawk just coming off the back of your head right above your neck.
Thank you.
Is that you're welcome. You're welcome. Wow. Oh no, you don't have to take my hand. Yeah, I see you, man. I see you.
It's just it. Look, I know our listeners want us to get on with the show. It's just nice to really find someone in this world that you just vibe with, right?
We vibe, man.
We get each other.
Sal, I think it's safe to say 81 episodes I think into this, we get each other. Yeah. We get each other. All right. Well,
well, you know what? I've talked enough about myself. What have you got planned for this week?
I mean, besides the pictures, all my stuff with with that vigilante character we've been running around with. I'm actually I'm working on a kind of a mini series right now. Places to go and see in Super City. It's got a bit of a rhyme to it.
Like a slam poetry thing.
Yeah, it is. That's kind of, I'm writing it in stanzas. Yeah. So I'm kind of doing that, but I've been reaching out to a bunch of people. Actually, our guest in a little bit will be joining us, kind of a good source I've been using for that. But that's kind of the style I've been approaching it with. It is nice because you were on the very last page below the last article in really small print. I'm my story right now is getting printed on the back of the plastic wrapping that kind of comes around the newspaper. So it often gets discarded, but I'm getting up there. One of these days we're going to make it middle fold, I think. That's the big spot. Yeah. Front page is overrated. You want that big middle fold.
Yeah. You want that. Fold. Yeah, you want the part where doesn't really matter how you thumb the newspaper open, it always sort of opens to the center. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's where you're looking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Center fold, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's one of those things where if someone was hiding behind a newspaper, they'd be forced to look at the story. And people constantly hiding behind newspapers.
Constantly using newspapers as a source of staking out.
Anyway, well, Sal, when we get back from the break, we're going to talk with a really cool guest who can maybe guide us through Super City a little bit.
Great.
Report. Set collection. Discrepancy straight-lined, Moth said. Meet Moth. Moth travels everywhere and everywhen in search of, often deadly, discrepancies, and tries to make sense of the briefs she gets from collection. There were holes in the brief, I don't like that. The Moth Collection Podcast. It's science fiction with a little bit of horror. It's weird and funny and romantic. And there won't be another season. 14 episodes, and that's it, people. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Presented by Podcavern.
Okay, hold still. I'm just going to try and close this gash up. All right?
Okay, okay.
Hand me the whiteout there, and I'm going to try and glue it shut.
Okay, the whiteout? Yeah, okay, sure. Liquid, yeah. Oh, ooh.
All right, that should hold.
Yeah, that'll hold. And if I just don't move, I feel like it'll hold.
Try not to have any kind of surprise. Raise those eyebrows even a centimeter. It's going to open right back up.
Thank you. Okay, I will be as inexpressive as possible.
Perfect.
Welcome back to the show, listeners. We're joined by a really special guest today. Someone who's maybe seen more of Super City than maybe anyone else out there. Please welcome to the show, Super City tour guide, Guy Detour.
All right, everybody, come on in. 14, 15, 16, fantastic. Okay. Remember, we are inside of an actual working place. So please, everybody, just keep that hush going. Don't want to disturb anybody. But yeah, look around. This is the Daily Deposit. This is an actual newspaper. Not that many people get to see behind the screen. Remember, keep a shush going. Hey, okay. All right. Great. Hello.
Hey, hello, Guy. Guy, you are Guy, right?
That's me, Guy Detour. That's my guy. Tours of Super City. How's it going? Um this is a podcast. This is what was this?
Yes, this is a podcast. It's called Heroes Don't Do Paperwork.
Great.
I'm
Heroes
Angus.
don't do paperwork, everybody. Remember to take photos, but keep a hush going.
Oh God,
don't
my
want
eyes.
anybody knowing. Keep a hush going. Yeah.
I would ask your
No flash.
There's a lot of flash photography.
I'm sorry. Yeah, like keep the flash off, but remember keep a hush. Keep a hush.
Okay.
Don't want nobody should show like people are working. Don't disturb anybody. Keep a hush going.
This is
Love
the
it.
quietest tour group I've ever
This
had.
is
You
the-
really
hey.
you have a commanding presence.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
you
really
don't
keeping
need that.
Oh, what's that, Sal?
Oh, you almost don't need that pocket intercom system I've set up there.
No, like just like hey, listen, we're all liking this. So welcome everybody to Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. This is a podcast. If you've never seen a podcast before, it's one of those things where you listen to it. It's a little story that doesn't really go anywhere.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's actually a pretty good.
That's been my takeaway.
Yeah. Well, Guy, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Of course,
Hi, nice to meet you. And you are.
I am Angus.
And you are.
I'm Sal Bedford.
Everybody say hi, Angus. Hi, Sal. But say it in your mind and in your heart, because we got to keep a hush going, because people are working.
Yeah.
Don't want to disturb anybody. In your hearts and in your minds the entire time. Nobody say a word. I'm looking at you. Keep a hush. Okay.
Wow. Well, Guy, it's a pleasure to have you on. Like I said, you of course are a tour guide for Super City, and I wanted to have you on.
That's my guy, Super City Tours. Everybody say it with me in your minds and in your hearts. That's my guy, Tours of Super City. Don't say it out loud. People are working. All right.
Yeah. Say it. I like that. Say it in your heart. Say it in your mind. I've been, of course, you've been helping me a bit with my piece about the hottest spots to see in Super City.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to bring you on the podcast because I thought you were so interesting and stuff like that. I wanted to hear more about you, and maybe you could tell us and our listeners what it takes and what it's like being a tour guide.
Yeah, keeping that tour going, you got to make sure that you have a great tour gang, though. Isn't that right, gang? Yeah, nodding. Don't say it out loud. But, you really got to make sure that when you're touring, you really have to keep a good handle on your people, because you don't want them
I've got to say, Guy, I'm actually already very impressed with your tour guiding prowess. I have never seen a group of 16 people be so enraptured by what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it simultaneously express zero anything about what they're seeing. It's like 16 pairs of eyes, laser focused on you.
Yeah.
And not a single expression on their faces.
You guys want to join the tour? You guys want to join the gang? Huh? You want to join the tour gang? Hey, everybody. Angus and Sal are going to be joining our tour gang. Everybody say, welcome to the tour gang. But don't say it out loud. Again, people are working. Keep a shush. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm echoing a lot of, I'm feeling a lot of what Sal's feeling too. This is very impressive, this group you've got here. You talked about, you keeping everyone together, making sure no one gets separated. Because I guess the ultimate failure of a tour guide is to fail to guide someone, right? To lose someone, That's got to be your highest priority, right?
Like the guy that came before me, who was also named Guy, he lost, like someone separated, and they walked straight into the woods. Immediately just straight into the woods, and they got eaten by a snake or something. I don't know what happened there. Guy doesn't say anything. Other guy, not me.
So he's the guy is he the guy that started this company? Or
he's the guy. He's the guy. He no longer works with us. Now it's me. Now I'm the guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and everyone seems to be really happy about it. You happy with that, gang? I know you are, but you don't need to say anything.
Wow.
Okay, people are working right around here. I'm assuming that there's people tip-tapping away. It's a newspaper. No one say stop the presses. No one say that.
Don't say that in here. Yeah, no, don't say that in here. Sal, I don't know if you clocked this, but when Guy said everyone smile. All of those tour guide people, the guidees, all the people on the tour, they smiled in unison.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a happy smile. It was just a big smile. Yeah.
It's Angus, play along with me here.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Guy.
Yeah.
Angus and I are interested in maybe joining your troop, your tour troop. But
gang, you want to join the gang? Everybody
before
say,
we join the gang,
in your heads and in your hearts, but not
okay, Guy. Okay.
Before we consider joining the gang, perhaps you'd be willing to just field some questions from us. Get a feel for what the gang's all about.
Absolutely. I'm fully prepared to answer any questions as we continue our tour through this newspaper office, the Daily Deposit, and through your podcast. Make sure to notice right now that Angus here appears to be showing some kind of superpower in that he seems to be growing some kind of mechanical things off of him. It's a crazy time, where everyone's just like doing all sorts of crazy things. I don't know if Sal here has an ability. I'm going to assume he does.
I do have an ability.
Fantastic. Look at Sal being a superstar part of the gang.
Well, hold on. I'm not a part of the gang. I do.
We haven't joined yet.
I'm writing your name down. I'm writing your name down in the gang here. You're probably part of the gang initiate.
We're talking a bit about powers. Of course, I've fused with some podcasting equipment. Sal has his classic trusty gravitational belt.
Cool.
But Guy, I love to kind of get in and know the people that I'm going to be following around. Do you have a power would you like to share that with us?
Hey everybody, someone wants to know something about Guy here because they're being a bunch of silly mooses. Everyone put your moose ears up and give me your moose growl, but don't say it. Don't say it. We're
16 blank expressionless mooses are
it's pretty.
Keep it down. People are working. Okay, my superpower is which is super helpful for a tour guide. Is that all I have to do instead of eating food? I just have to picture food in my mind, and yum yum yum, I'm good to go.
Wow. Okay, that is really handy. So you never really have to take a break for a meal.
I haven't taken a break in 25 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, I can also picture myself sleeping, and that counts.
I was curious. Truly, you have like the power of imagination.
Yeah, the power of imagination. Isn't that right, gang?
They're all nodding in unison.
They're all nodding because they know they can't say a word out loud. They can't say a word out loud. People are working.
I am noticing something with your crew, with your tour guide here. They have not blinked yet.
No. Oh yeah.
Is that a thing? Is that I don't want to generalize. Is that like a
they really got to make sure like you don't want to miss
anything.
Second of the things that I am broadcasting out of my mouth.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy, we have fun.
Yeah. So this power sounds fascinating. So you can imagine sleeping and eating. Are any other bodily functions covered by this?
Well, yeah. I don't have to drink anything. I can just picture myself, having a little bit of a fruit punch, yum 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 into my belly.
I love a good fruit punch.
I'm a little curious. You said you haven't had a break in 25 hours.
That's right.
And judging by the appearance of your gang, it appears that they've been up and at it for quite a bit. So what are
my
you
gang
doing?
over here? They're a bunch of hard-working Sallies here. You know what I mean? They rest when I do, and I don't rest, so neither do they. Yeah, isn't that right, everybody? Y'all good? Don't say it out loud. People are working, but you're all good. Yeah.
But one of your gang appears to have a tear rolling down their face.
Yeah, I'm actually. I'm
cry from joy. Cry from joy.
Okay.
Suck that back up into that. That's moisture for you.
Oh my God, it's doing it.
Yeah.
Teardrop is going back up.
These people are doing everything you tell them to do.
Yeah.
Guy, now that we've learned, a little bit more about you, or at least a little about you as a person, I'd love to know about you as a tour guide. Like how long have you been doing this?
Oh, me? Well, when the old guy left and I came in was about, let's say 5 years ago. It doesn't seem like that long when you never stop.
Well,
Uh-huh.
now I'm. Yeah, it doesn't. Now I'm curious because you said you took a break 25 hours ago. What'd you do on your break?
I just sat in a quiet room by myself. And I just, talked myself through what I've already seen. I kind of gave myself a little tour for myself.
Wow.
Then I'm both the tour guide and the gang. Isn't that crazy, gang? Just like, nah, don't say a thing out loud. People are working.
It's funny. Everyone in the gang is. I can tell that they're all softly chuckling at your joke, but they're not
Yeah.
making any sound. They're kind of
Not
just
a
like
sound.
not a sound.
I don't want to hear one single sound. I'm looking at you right now. I don't want to hear it. I know you want to say it out loud, but don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
The eyes are so full of like you can see so much. It's very much like I have no mouth and I must scream situation.
Yeah,
I feel
like. That's tour guide 101,
Yeah,
like
it's
like you want to see the smile, you don't want to see nothing in the eyes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Guy.
Yeah.
Angus and I were to join your gang.
I'm hearing join your gang. I'm excited for it.
I said if.
Okay.
If. What would be the first location you would take us to?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my first location I always like to go to is a cowboy district. Head over down to the cowboy. Everybody give me a yee-haw in your hearts, in your minds, in your souls, but not out loud. Don't want to hear a peep. Not from you, not from you, not from you. No peeps.
Okay, so we go to the cowboy district, and what's the big draw to the cowboy district?
I always love just kind of walking around, feeling the feels, feeling that energy of just the cowboy-esqueness. I don't eat, so I assume that everyone just wants to wander through, not stopping at any locations. Don't need to see anything special because I'm the entertainment, I'm the tour guide. Follow the tour guide. Never stop. Don't follow into the woods.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yes, certainly. Wow. Okay. So that's your first place. If you were to start a new tour, you would take them to the Western District, but not stop anywhere in particular.
No, we don't stop moving.
I know
that's a break, and I don't take breaks. You
guys have kind of just been circling our desk. Kind of, you're more just like pacing back and front, like
like a caged tiger.
Caged
never
tiger,
stop moving. Almost like a shark, I suppose.
Yeah,
is it like a shark or is it like a tiger? Everyone, give me a roar like a tiger and a roar like a shark, but don't say it out loud. Don't want to hear a peep. Not a single word.
Yes,
not a word. Yeah,
you a lot of predator parallels.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you certainly you have the vibe of an apex predator.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, no problem.
Is that a good thing? I'm assuming it is. I'm gonna take it as a good thing. Now it's Guy. That's my guy. Super City Tours Apex Predator. That's going on the website. Everyone hashtag Apex Predator on all your tweets.
Okay,
they're all tweeting.
They're all tweeting. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, I guess I'd love to know, where were you before this podcast, and where might you go after this podcast? If it's all one tour.
Mm-hmm. Well, right before this, we actually were outside of the newspaper office, pacing back and forth, waiting until it was time for us to go in. Before that, we went and saw a statue. Don't know what it's from. Don't know what it's there for. Okay. We just looked at it and we're like, that sure is a statue.
Yeah. Okay. Super City has many statues, so I'm not even sure which
one. We've seen all of them. Wow. All of them in 25 hours. We've seen every single statue. I don't stop and tell them what the statue is there for. But we've seen them. We know where they are geographically.
Wow.
Terrifying.
I am starting to get a little unsettled. Okay, well, where might you go after this episode?
Well, we're gonna go right on down to the ocean and just stare out into it and hope that no one wanders into it too bad,
Interesting.
Very, very interesting. Sal. I'm beginning to.
Looks like they're gonna have a little aside, so you all get to sit down for a second. Sit down. No sounds though. I want to hear what they're going to be saying.
Sal, I'm beginning to think that maybe I don't want to be a part of this tour group
Um,
gang. This
yeah,
tour gang.
I don't want to, Angus. I am so deeply afraid
I know.
that Guy Detour is some kind of parasitic hive mind.
Yeah, I think because he's a predator, I think the best thing we should do is at the same time, without moving too much, we try to make ourselves look as big as possible. You know what I mean? Like puff. Yeah.
Okay.
Make yourself big. I think we just want to let him know that we're not prey. We are not prey.
We are correct.
Okay. Hey, Guy.
Hey, welcome back. Oh, looks like someone's trying to make themselves look larger.
Uh-oh.
Angus, could I have an aside with you real quick? Just right over here, just real
sure.
quick. Just, Sal, sure. Stay where you are. Everyone just keep a complete close eye on Sal. Don't let him move around too much.
They're encircling me, Angus.
It's okay. It's going to be okay, Sal.
Everyone's okay.
What is it, what do you want?
Come on over here. We're just gonna have a little bit of a chat. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, Guy. I'm a little concerned, about the tour. Yeah, I figured you could sense that.
I'm really feeling it.
When we had our quick chat and I kind of was picking your brain for stuff, I really did think that this was going to be more about different places to see in Super City.
We see so many places, Angus. That's what we do. We just wander around. Don't you want to see places?
Why are you touching
Angus?
my face? Why are you touching my face?
Don't you want to see places?
I do want to see places. I'd love to see
places. Of course you do, Angus. Everyone loves to see places. Everyone loves to see things. You have to just submit, Angus. You have to submit to the tour, Angus.
I will
join the tour.
I will not. Sal, help me. Sal, help. Sal, I need some backup over
here. Angus.
No, I will. I won't.
Back up.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Sal. As Sal, you have your reporter's gun, of course. Yep.
Never leave home without it.
Guy, I'm gonna have to ask you to back up.
I don't think you two really understand what's going on here.
All I need to understand is that 2 pieces of lead in your brain will put an end to all this.
Okay.
You're either part of the tour or you're a destination on the tour. Which would you rather be there, Sal? I don't believe you're gonna shoot me, Sal. Do you? I don't. Do you, tour gang? Don't make a single sound.
Wait a second.
People are working.
The people in the tour guide, they're fighting it. I can tell they're fighting it. Come on, gang. Yeah. Please, just why not instead of listening to Guy, listen to me, the podcast host.
I'm so entertaining.
Look at me, what I'm doing.
I'm doing a little dance. Look at me.
I'm also dancing. Look at all my cables.
Don't say a word there, tour gang. Don't say a word.
I'm going to start I've got all these noise canceling headphones, all these extra ones coming out of my back. I'm going to put them on your tour guys.
I'm going to start doing sign language
they won't be able to
tell them what's going on through sign language. I'm going to assume that they can
see one way out of this.
Sal, put your white out on their eyes so they can't see him. Then they'll be totally deprived of their senses and they won't be under his control.
Angus, you don't get it. There cannot be a tour if there is no gang. I don't need to point this gun at Guy. I need to point it at his tour gang.
Oh my God, he's figured it out.
Wow.
Guy, I want you to leave this building or else I'm going to off every single one of your doing.
Wow. I did not see this coming. My eyebrow opened up. Yeah.
No, that's you expressed too much.
I was too shocked. I was too surprised. Okay, well, what do you say to that, Guy? Yeah?
How about you go into the woods, Guy?
Oh, yeah. Why don't you give a tour guide to the squirrels or the fishes?
Will I be the one that goes to the woods now and is eaten by a snake? Is this the end of Guy Detour? That's my guy. Super City Tours. Apex Predator. Maybe it is. So. Or maybe you'll see me again. Heroes don't do paperwork, Angus and Sal. Don't you say a word.
Okay.
Don't say that was a word, Angus. Don't appreciate it. I'm gonna skedaddle there, gang.
You can't stop me from talking. No one can stop me from talking.
No one has ever
stopped. I will always keep talking, and I cannot be silenced. I'm very opinionated.
Damn you, Angus. All right, well, gang. Well, that's the end of Guy's tour. I hope y'all had fun. Make sure to give me 5 stars. And I'll see you next time. If you ever want to do another tour of Super City, and I know you all will, please don't enter the woods. Don't get eaten by a snake. I'm going to get out of here. See you later, Sal and Angus.
Oh my God, he just jumped down the fire escape. He's gone. Wow, he's gone like a flash.
He's slithering into a sewer.
Sal, did we have our our first major nemesis now?
I hope so. That was fun.
It was kind of wild, yeah. Oh wow, all these people are kind of snapping out of it. Wow.
Yeah. You know what the crazy part about all of this is?
Yeah.
This is not even a real gun.
Oh, that's a stapler.
It is a stapler.
Well, hey man, that's the power of imagination. If he imagines it's a gun, who knows, man? Who knows? Wow. Well, I guess we should probably get these people some help, right? They seem pretty distraught.
I'll go get them some blankets and some cups of water.
That's cool. And I'll well, you know what? I'll fire up the gear some more, and we'll just have a podcast with 16 guests after this. Sounds good?
That'd be awesome.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for us here at Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. If you're listening at home, remember, try to do the right thing.
So you vet these people before you invite them on the show, right?
Honestly, I thought I did, but I probably should maybe try a bit more than just kind of messaging people out of the blue. Yeah, no, this one's on me. I've just been so tired lately, you know?
Hey, everyone slips. That's why we get back up.
Hey, Sal, today's really taken a lot out of me. Do you mind if we go back to the van and you just, you set up another rice bath for me? Dry rice bath. Thank you, Sal. Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hey everybody, Angus here. As always, Sal Bedfellow was played by Matthew Wally. Guy Detour was played by Rich Hilborn. Rich produces improv shows and workshops around Ottawa as well as performing. If you want to find out more about that kind of stuff, follow him on Instagram at RichNCrispy. If you like the show and want to support it, or any of the other shows on the Podcavern Network, head on over to podcavern.com and check out our merch store. We've got lots of cool hats, hoodies, t-shirts, stuff like that. Anything you buy there helps us keep the lights on here. Thanks for listening.